Hey, welcome back to the table. So, I actually started a video and played through 2 days. I have deleted the video. Actually, technically I still have it, but it's not worth uploading. Or at least the first half would be worth it. But I made a serious rule mistake and I failed a mission. So I was already bitter about failing the mission. But when I realized that I made a rule mistake, that's why I failed the mission. And so then I was like, oh, I guess I got to start over. So let me show you what I was doing. And here you can see my 2 days of effort here. On mission 1, I failed. I only got 1 experience point. And it was target number 4. It was only able to bring 3 aircraft. And I could not destroy the target. I rolled horribly, absolutely horribly, when I dropped my bombs. Otherwise, it was a pretty easy mission. And now, why is that an issue? Well, the issue is, for this campaign, I'm taking similar special conditions. And one of them is we're supposed to start with an improvement. And so that improvement would be my day 1 target. And I forgot to do that. So I can't retcon it properly, and I had already lost. So I'm at least being honest to the world that I lost a mission, and I'm going to start over. So I'm going to bring this back, and the mission we're going to do is Soviet Reclamation. It's in 1991, so it's an expert. It's going to be wonderful. Actually, it looks like so far it's been very tough. But I went through the target deck. The target deck is a mix of airports, bridges, ground targets, and air-to-air. It seems to be an equal amount of everything, except the air-to-air matches all the ground targets. So there's a lot of air-to-air is what I'm trying to say. There's just as many ground targets, but they're different kinds of ground targets. Like some of them are vehicles, some of them are airports, some of them are, other things. But there's quite a few air-to-air missions on this. And so also with it being 1991, we've unlocked the Eagle, the Strike Eagle. So it is basically an aardvark with 12 weight points, but so much better. So it does cost 3 extra SO points. And so we're going to dive in and do that. So my math on this, I'll show you who I picked for my pilots in a second. We start with 30 SO points. I gain 18 on aircraft purchase, and that's also including special conditions, which technically should be down here. So to be honest, I'm minus 24 points for aircraft purchase. I'm spending 48 on skills, and then I gain whatever the difference is here. So I literally have 0 SO points to start this campaign. And my more detailed math is on my other sheet here. We start with 30. I have 2 strike equals for a minus 24. We're playing with the enemy EW rules. I am choosing to have 1 nationality. It's all USA this time, plus 9. We're going to start with an improvement, which is the thing I forgot to do, plus 15. Minus 1 air to ground for the whole campaign, plus 6, but that also gives me an extra victory point. Don't forget that. And then no special weapons, plus 6. That leaves me with 48 SO, and I'm taking 16 skills. So with that said, let's show what we got. And I want to get this paper out of the way so I don't ever use it again. Okay, so first things first, the 2 ECM jammers are still with us. I am making them both skilled. Also, I am introducing a new rule. Call this a house rule. I actually think, 1 second, I have to respond to something. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I'm working with a contractor who asked me a question. I had to get back to him. Okay, so I'm instituting a special rule. I'm very excited about this special rule, and I definitely want you guys to give me feedback. We would definitely have to classify this as a house rule, but it involves aces, and aces have no rules printed. So I guess the sky's the limit in terms of how you want to play them. But I am going to incorporate the feedback that Tom gave. I believe it was Tom, who said that if you take an ace, you should downgrade a skilled pilot. I'm not going to quite do it that way. I think that's unfair. And in fact, I just showed you 2 skilled pilots that are joining the mission. So as you can tell, I did not do that. But here's what I am going to do. Every ace I take, and I'm going to live with the 3. You know, I can only take 3 because that's what the designer said. I'm cool with that. But every ace I take, I'm going to downgrade an average to a noob. So instead of starting the campaign with 1 noob, I'm starting with 4. I have 1 noob that's required, and then I am going to take 3 aces, so I'm going to have 3 more noobs. And in fact, I'm only going to have 1 average pilot in this campaign at the start, at least. Everybody's going to either be, we have 4 noobs, 2 green, 1 average, 2 skilled, and 3 aces. That should add up to 12. I didn't sit down and do the math, but it should work. Okay, so I also added one more little twist, and that is, as long as I take the commander skill, so I do have to spend the 3 SO points to get the commander skill if the ace doesn't already have it, the aces will always give their experience to someone else. They don't have to be the flight leader anymore. So this is sort of Corsair leader rules, right? That's how Corsair leader worked. So as long as the ace is on the mission and he has the commander skill, he can give his experience points to others. So my logic in this is that we're going to start with a very noob squad to balance the fact that I'm starting with aces. So I'm going to make the game a little harder. But then the fact that we have aces means that they're going to be able to share their experience with the noobs and help them to level up quicker. And so it should balance out really well. These first couple missions, and as you saw on my introduction, I lost my first mission. And guess why? Because my noob had a -1 to all of his rolls. So it's brutal, folks. It's not easy to start. But the aces are going to have to put a little bit of carry the load, and then they can share their experience. So I showed you my 2 ECM jammers. I gave them both the combat stash, which gives them +1 cool, just like last time. So they are going to have 3 cool every turn. Next up, I have Gucci here. He's a new pilot, an F-15, and he's a newbie. So right now he has a -1, and I gave him the aggressor skill, which gives him a +1 air-to-air. Okay, next we kept El Cid. He should look familiar to you. He's the F-16. We still have him. He has the targeting pod expert and guard guy. He is also a commander, but there's only 1 commander chit. So what I did was on my sheet, I put a star to show all the stars are the commanders. So he has a commander built in, but it's written on his card there. Now, one of the viewers on the last playthrough asked me why I'm not putting targeting pods on my equipment whenever I do the munitions and send them on missions. I tried to explain it in my comments, but I'm going to briefly explain it here. The targeting pod is actually here. I keep it on the plastic tray. I don't move it to the munitions because when you have the targeting pod expert, it gives you a +2 instead of a +1, and you ignore the weight point penalty. So this costs 0 weight points. So it's similar to just having a cannon all the time. So I don't need to equip my pilots with a targeting pod all the time when I'm equipping them over here. It's unnecessary. He always has it, whether I need it or not. So I know that the components are limited in this game, and so I should still consume one, and I do. It's just over here. And maybe the viewers, because I don't spend a lot of time over here, I think that might have confused the person making that comment. Okay, the next this is a new one. We have Gale, so another F-16, +3/+3. And Gale comes with Aggressor, which is a +1 air-to-air, 2,000 hours, which means she ignores all stress from the campaign map. So those are her natural 2. And then I gave her 2 more. Obviously the Commander, and then Guard Guy. Now, what's Guard Guy? Guard Guy is, as long as you're not using special weapons, which we banned, that's one of our special conditions, she gets +1 to both air-to-air and air-to-ground. So it's helping her in both. So Guard Guy is awesome. And just to be clear, I gave that to El Cid as well. El Cid also has Guard Guy. F-16s are important to give Guard Guy to because the F-16s have, what was I trying to say? The F-16s do air-to-air and air-to-ground. So, Guard Guy is very helpful for them. And then we got rid of JB. Sorry, JB. But I just felt Nordo was a better air-to-air pilot because Nordo has +3, JB does not. 2 SA points. To compensate for the lack of fast that JB had, that could burn you. And then it comes with Test Pilot and the patch. Test Pilot means that does not gain any stress to evade. So when the enemy's shooting at him, normally you take 1 stress to make him roll 2 dice. He makes him roll 2 dice for free. The patch is +1 to the first attack in a mission. So whatever his first attack is, he gets a +1 to it, whether it's against a bandit or a site or a target. So, and so all 3 of them are F-16s. And just so you know the composition here, we have 2 ECM jammers, we have 3 F-15s, and we have 5 F-16s, and we have 2 F-15 Strike Eagles. So it's all American all the time. So there you just saw 3 of the F-16s. You've seen one of the F-15s. Here's another F-16. Should look familiar. It's Stool. He's starting off as a noob. He also has Guard Guy, and then we gave him Wild Weasel. So for AGMs, he'll get a bonus. Wild Weasel gives him a +1 against all sites, but not the target. We had to get rid of Morita, the Japanese pilot. I love him, but I had to go all-American to get the 9 SO points. The Andy is the next F-15, and he's starting out green. Is he green? Yeah, I need 2 green pilots. Yes, he's starting out green. And he has Aggressor, so he'll get a +1 air-to-air. Then we have our last F-16. His name is Bishop, and he is starting off as a noob, and we gave him Guard Guy, and he has horrible numbers right now, which is why we aren't doing well in these early missions. And I got to take the stress off these guys. As you can tell, I still have lingering stress from when I started playing. Next, our final F-15 is Bun Bun. I think Wombat Girl is a way better name than Bun Bun, but we got Bun Bun here. And Bun Bun has the Aggressor skill and is also a noob. So lots of noobs. And then our 2 Strike Eagles. We have SWAT, who is going to be green, has a -1 to his air-to-ground, and has a targeting pod expert and a runway breaker. And then we have Boss, who is our only average pilot, has a +0 air to ground, targeting pod expert, and runway breaker. Okay, so that's our start. And the tracks for our campaign here show that we're going to only draw 1 card per day. Right now, our recon value is only 1. So what I did was I forgot to draw the improvement, and then I just drew 1 card, and I actually got a secondary mission to attack a helicopter base, and I could only bring 3 planes. I needed to do 7 hits, and I failed. I failed to do 7 hits. I rolled so well because we had all these sites shooting at me. I was ECM jamming them. I was doing phenomenal, and then it came time to drop the bombs, and it was just a total bust. I rolled 1s. Anyways, I had failed the mission. But the problem is we have to draw an improvement card right now, and that improvement card will be our day 1 target. So we don't have to do, we're not at the mercy of, we're still at the mercy of whatever comes up, but it's going to be an improvement card. So we're just going to reveal until we get one. That's a really nice juicy one, but it's not an improvement card. So like you're going to get a flavor for like what we have here, right? There's an airfield. Here's an air-to-air. Here's an improvement. It's an SA-10. Yeah, I guess we'll take that one. Now, I could draw another card. I'm not going to, because I don't want to get a scramble. And I want to get rid of the improvement, because this improvement is aircraft suffer +1 stress on all missions. So that's a horrible improvement. I guess there are worse, but it's 3 victory points. We're going to get to move all 3 dials 1 space, and I'm very happy for that. It is 6 ground objectives with no sights and no bandits. However, we're going to draw 2 bandits because of this. So I do need to keep that in mind. That helicopter target, if we ever see it again, I'll show it to you. It only let us bring 3 aircraft. And we had bandits on that one, we had sights, and we had to do 7 hits. It seemed like a ridiculously low number. Whereas this one, 5 seems like too much. So I do have to hit the 6 SA-10s. That means we're going to be doing a lot of AGM-88s. And we're going to have 2 bandits, so I'm going to have to deal with that as well. But let's figure out what the SA-10s are first. I'm going to have to pull them out of here. So this might take a while. And I might as well pause it for you. Okay, there we go. We got our 6. That was very painful to find those 6. But it's done. Okay, there's nothing to draw. So we're going to assign our pilots. And we do have to account for the fact that there's going to be 2 bandits. So I'm looking at my air-to-air guys. You know, some of them are noobs, so they need to get experience points. And they literally have -1 to their air-to-air attacks. Andy has a +0. So we could easily bring all 3 of our experts. And then just bring 2 other guys and basically beef them up with a ton of experience points. That is a strategy. I don't know if it's necessarily wrong. These are all 4 range sites. So we're going to take a lot of attacks. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Druid on this mission. And then this is target 28. So how bad is our stress going to be? Let's come up here and look. The font still drives me nuts. It's just bad on my eyes. And everything blends together. Like that looks like a 38, but I think it's a 58. Can't tell. I literally can't tell. No, it's a 38. It's horrible. Anyways, I'm looking for 28. Right here. Right there it is. So This is a weight point penalty of 1, 2 stress mission. So we need to shoot AGM 88s at these guys. If I have enough SA points, I can go fast. I can't do 6 of these all in one, but I can at least take out hopefully 3 or 4. Now the thing is I have 3 Ace F-16s that can equip AGM 88s. I can bring them along to improve my chances of actually hitting these. Like I took, not Bun Bun, but what's his name? Bishop along. He had a -1 to his rolls. He did horrible. He missed every single time. This is a tough call. I sort of want to bring a bunch of noobs, but I don't want to fail. I have to bring F-16s because that's the only way I can bring AGM 88s. So I have 5 F-16s. So let's look at it that way. I have 5 F-16s. So let's bring the 2 that are not experts. So I got 2 that are not experts, right? And I can bring 5 total. So I could literally bring all my F-16s, which means I'm bringing all 3 of my experts. But what if I just brought Gale as an expert? So now we have 3. I can bring 1 F-15 to try to shoot the bandits. So for example, I'll bring Gucci for that. He's a noob. We could bring Bun Bun, but we'll bring Gucci as a noob. And I have to bring another expert because there's nobody else to bring. It's AGM 88s. I mean, I could try to conventional bomb these guys, but AGM 88s are the way to go. So yeah, I'll bring... who has the best air-to-ground? El Cid. El Cid, because he's got a targeting pod. So here's my 5 guys plus an ECM jammer. Okay, let's set them up like we usually do over here. Actually, I think I can do it over here. This is a simple mission. Everybody's going to equip one thing. So they all have 8 weight points. There's a penalty of 1, and they're all going to take an ECM pod, right? So 2 of the weight points are gone, so that means there's 6 left. Now, El Cid's going to be the leader. Why is he going to be the leader? Because El Cid has 2 SA that he can share. Gale has 1 SA. And none of the other guys do. They're all noobs. All right, so Gucci's air-to-air is 0. Gucci has a -1, but also has the aggressor skill, which gives a +1. So Gucci's at 0 air-to-air. Gucci is going to equip 6 AIM-7s. And I'm assuming you've seen the other playthroughs, but AIM-7 are these guys. So 6 AIM-7s for Gucci. He's going to be the air-to-air focus. Everybody else is going to take, well, do we have enough AGM 88s to take 6 of them each? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm at 15 so far. 15 might be all I have. So that means I don't need to bring Gale. I can just bring other guys just to give them experience points. So what that also means then is, I mean, I have 15 of them. So what I could do is be a little more creative. Like for example, 4. Well, here, it might be cleaner. This is an AGM 88. They have a range 3. They hit on a 4. They're 1 weight point each. So what if I just did 4 AGM 88s, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I could, so who's worse? Stool has a -3. Yeah, he's pretty bad, but he does get +2, so he's -1 overall. They're both -1 overall. So then I'm either, yeah, so I'm going to give this one 3, and then we're going to give this guy 5. Right, so aim 7 for air-to-air guy, which I'll separate. These are the AGM 88s. I only counted I have 15 available to me. So I'm looking to see if I have any hidden elsewhere. Oh, I got one more. I have a 16th one. So I can change one of these to a 4. Or I can reduce it. Yeah, we'll make them, no, we'll do it this way. He's got 5. Or do it like that. Okay, but what else do they carry? Well, they're going to carry aim 7s. So they can hit anything air-to-air in case Gucci. Well, actually, no. They're going to carry, can we do Mark 20s in this mission? They're going to carry Mark 20s. Mark 20s are also 1 weight point. We have plenty of these. So it gets a +5 against soft targets, and these are all soft targets. We have to fly over the target to be able to do this, but we could, theoretically. So, for example, he can carry 1, because they can only do 6 weight points, and then 2, 2, and then 3 of the Mark 20s. Okay, so that's the loadout for these guys. I'm going to set the Mark 20s to the side because I don't intend to use them. I hope to accomplish this without needing them. But if we have to, we can fly over target and take care of this. All right, we're going to draw a target bound event card. Randomly destroy any one site. They're all the same, so I'm just going to destroy this one. And how fantastic is that? I cannot express in words. We already have one of our objectives destroyed. Then we're going to place our aircraft. I'm going to place them right here, right where all the gobbledygook is. So we're going to fly in this way. And then I probably should pick where there's not a glare, huh? So my apologies there. We could move the camera over. Well, actually, the glare moves with the camera. So anyways, let's see. We place our aircraft. We chose our altitude. We're gonna go high because you can't shoot AGM-88s unless you're high. It's a 420 rule. Determine and place bandits and intel air defense adjustment. This is where we have to draw 2 bandits because it's an intel thing. So I'm drawing 2 bandits right now. And I got an SU-22 with a range of 1 and no bandit, which is fantastic. So we only have to deal with 1. Okay, and then we're going to draw our over target. -1 to air strikes at bandits over the target. So the bandits over the target, of course, is this guy. He's not going to stay over the target because he can't hit us, so he'll be charging towards us. And then now we go. So I have 5 of them that are going to be attacking me this round. I'm going to use everything I have to go fast. None of my guys are fast, so I'm spending all 3 of my SA points to have 3 of these guys go fast. I'm going to for sure have these 2 go fast, and then I'm just going to pick Stool because he has 1 extra missile over everybody else. The rolls are the same. They are all the identical things. They get a -0 to the roll or a +0. And remember, an AGM-88 needs a 4 to hit. So we're going to start with Stool, who has a -3 to his air to ground, but he gets a +2, so he's -2. And you know what? I'm going to shoot all 4 of them with Stool because I want to hit. And at a -2, I don't think our chances are good. So we're just shooting one of them. So there we go. The 9 and the 8 do hit. The 7 would have also hit. I guess I overkilled it, but I killed 1. Next, I probably should have saved 1 for Stool or only shot 2 of them because he's going to get to shoot again in the slow phase, and now he's not. But then for Gale and El Cid, there's only 4 left. So I'm going to shoot 2 with each. So this 5 is going to become 3, and this 4 is going to become 2. So we're going to shoot 2 each. So let's start with El Cid. El Cid gets a, so it has a +1. Targeting pod makes it a +3. Guard guy makes it a +4. Campaign makes it a +3. So 2 +3s, a 10 and a 9. We destroyed the target. And then we're going to do Gale. Gale has a +3 along with Guard Guy, which makes it a +4. Campaign makes it a +3. And I rolled another 10. So we got another destroyed target. So we got 2 guys that are going to attack us. I'm going to roll. They're both the same. So we're going to roll 2 ECMs. One of them is blocked. 1 gets through. So the one that gets through, we're going to do a deny. Druid is going to deny them from being able to hit us. And that costs 2 stress for Druid. And it's one we very rarely use, but deny prevents a site from shooting any plane in its region. Just 1 site, mind you, but that's exactly what we're going to do. So take 2 stress for that. And then, yeah, we're going to then do the slow phase. So the slow phase, we're going to have Bishop here roll all 3 of his dice. Bishop is at -2, +1, and then -1. So -2. And I did roll a 10 in addition to those 7s. So even a 7 -2 would have worked. We're rolling way better. We destroyed it with all 3 missiles. And then I'm going to just have El Cid shoot his 2 missiles. Target's destroyed. We got it. So we've completely won. Now, this is the slow phase. Yeah, we won. So we don't even have to engage this guy because he wasn't able to shoot us, and we're leaving the mission, so we don't even have to stick around to deal with him. So yeah, that's it. We got it. This was so much easier than the last mission I did. All right, so for this, all 3 dials are going to move up by 1, 1, 1, and 1, which is very good. Let me get out our sheet. Let's figure out what we're going to do here. So we had 0 SA points, SO points, spent 0, we're with 0. We destroyed the target, which is number 28. We earned 4 victory points, and we have 4 for the campaign so far. Okay, El Cid is going to go first. He gets 2 experience points. He's going to give his experience points to... let's see, we have Stool, we have Bishop, and we have Gucci. he's going to give his to Gucci. And then Gail will give hers to... I could do Gucci again, but I'm going to do Stool. Okay, so, and then this mission is a 2-stress mission. So El Cid here has 2 cool, so he gains no stress. And then Gale also has 2 cool and also gains no stress. So that means that they're available for tomorrow. I mean, this is sort of working, right? And then we're going to now go with Stool here. So Stool is going to gain the 2 stress. Doesn't have any cool at all. And then Stool will get 4 experience points, right? So right here, you can see with the newbie, he's leveling up to green, and he's going to have 2 points towards this. So he's going from a -3 air to ground, 0-0, to having 1 cool. He's still -3. His air to air got better, but he at least improved. So Stool is being promoted to green with 2 left over. And Stool is here. Let's see, Rogue and Druid. Whoops. They're skilled, so they would be here. SWAT is green. Boss is average. Bun Bun is noob. Andy is green. Gucci is noob. And then these guys are aces. Okay. Sorry about that. So that's Stool. Next up is Bishop, who we did not help with extra experience, but Bishop is still going to level up. So Bishop is going to become a green with 0 left over. 2 experience was all he needed to get out of noob status, which he desperately needs. These are horrible stats. -1, -2. And now he is at least +1 air to air, which helps. And yes, he would have gotten 2 stress. So let me give that to him. And then next up is Gucci, who we gave some experience points to. Here you can see Gucci needs 3 to level up. And he's at a -1 air to air. Now he goes to +0. So he gained 4, so he's going to have 1 left over. And 2 stress. So Gucci is now a green with 1 left over. And then our last one is Druid, who's actually skilled. He has 3 cool, gaining 2 stress, so he actually loses 1 cool. Down to 1. And Druid is definitely not going to level up, but we'll at least get 2 experience points for it. And I forgot to do our trip home. Let's do that. Lose 1, 2, or 3 SO if you did not destroy the target. Lose 2, 4, or 6 instead. I just lost the campaign. If you don't have SO points and you are forced to lose them, you lose the game. So I don't want to lose the game. So I'm just going to draw another card. For the record, I lost the campaign because I bought too many skills. I didn't save any SO points. That I should have saved at least 3 SO points to deal with that one event in this whole entire deck. I'm not going to start over. I'm how many minutes into this video? I just want to keep playing. Like a stupid card like this, I might as well have just drawn a card that just says, "You lose, loser." Yes, that means I shouldn't have spent all my SO points. I get it. So we'll just draw another one. Move any one campaign counter one to the right, and that's a golden. That's a beautiful one. Which one do we want to move? I'm thinking we want to move. Well, hold on. We destroyed the target, so all three of them moved one to the right already. If I move this one, I get to draw 2 cards, which is nice. But see, I'm drawing 2 bandits every time, and now I can reduce it to 1. I think I value that a lot more. Less enemies is better. The targets are the targets. Maybe famous last words, because that one target really stunk. But there you go. So we ended the first day, and I already lost the campaign. But we will keep going. I just basically, what did Will Wheaton call it? Rule 16B. We Rule 16B'd that thing. And just like Will Wheaton said, so that card was never there. That card was never there. But yeah, I mean, if you're a real stickler, I lost the campaign, and I fully admit it. But we're going to keep playing. I hope you don't mind. So thanks for watching. Definitely give me feedback on the ace rule and what you think about that. And I might have some more time tonight to do another day or so. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.